victory, of glory, of joy. You've done something for your family. You've done something for your name. You are more than a contender. You are a warrior. Talk to me about the feelings pumping through your heart at this very moment.
For the past 2.5 years, this has always consumed my life. Broke rib, denied access, and everybody thought I was running scared. Tonight, I made my own legacy. I am Tommy Fury. I want to dedicate this fight to my new baby girl, Bambi, at home. My missus, I love you. I can't wait to see you. This fight was for you. This belt is for you, Bambi. I love you.
This was no easy fight. It took everything in you, all your heart, grit, and soul, even to get up off the canvas. How much was inside you when you stood up off the canvas and finished this fight?
All the way through these 2.5 years, I had a dream, I had a vision that I would win this fight, and no one believed me. Now I can stand up and everybody can take note. It was my first main event, 23 years old. I had the world on me, I had pressure on my shoulders, and I came through.
I know your goal is to be a world champion, but this belt around your shoulders right now must be awfully sweet.
This to me is a world title fight. I trained so hard for this. This was my destiny. This was my fate. I want to thank Saudi Arabia for having me. I love you all. Thank you all for turning out. We guys, we did it. We did it.
Now we know that Jake Paul has a rematch clause. He may want to do this again. If so, will we see you again in this ring for another war of this magnitude?
100%.
The first defeat of his career. For Tommy Fury.
Oh my god, what's good family, it's your man the YB, back once again. So we just saw there, from your mans, Tommy, whatever you want to call the guy, man. This is wild. Now listen, obviously he's got a newborn baby or whatever that is, fair play to the guy for that one. But wow, come on now. Before the fight, this is Jake Paul's any man and I'm not going to celebrate after the fight. This guy, he ain't lying. He really did think this was a world championship. Let's be real here, people. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I was wrong. Jake Paul sucked tonight, but let's be real here. The way they're carrying on, fair play. Let's say Tommy had done what he said he was gonna do and knocked out the YouTuber. I get that. Yeah, Tommy comes out. Listen, people, I showed you there's levels. I'm a world champion kind of guy. You went life and death split decision and got put on your backside. People talking about it's a slip. Oh yeah, that slip where you get hit right in your nelly and then you end up on the floor. That's a slip for sure. You know what I'm saying? Notice this. Tommy wasn't slipping before he got hit, was it? You know that one? Isn't that weird? Oh, he slipped, but he got punched just before. Alright, yeah, that one. Do you know what I mean? Split decision and you got knocked down. You got your virginity popped. Facts. The only thing more definitive the only thing more definitive than a knockdown is a KO. So, do you know what I'm saying? Timmy was one step away, one iteration away from being spark out. Again, Jake Paul was awful. Jake Paul didn't do nothing and still, Mr. 20 years boxing, purebred, bare knuckle, whatever else, went life and death in there, split decision. I actually think the fight was a draw, but whatever. Jake Paul lost. He didn't turn up. He came there to play tic-tac-toe as well. But, I mean, I'm sick as well of this narrative of these cornball interviewers like Radio Raccoon, this guy here. Yeah? People love to put these words out there. Oh, you showed the heart of a warrior. Let me tell you now. Now, YB, you've never laced the gloves up. Listen, let me tell anyone out there now. If there's any billionaires out there, you, man, put 5 million on the table the same way these goofies are being paid 5 million. And I'll show you what heart is. How about that? Yeah? For the amount of money these cats are being paid, I didn't see no heart. I just didn't. Yeah? Anthony Yard versus Beterbiev. That's what I'd call a little bit of heart in there. Do you know what I'm saying? Goes in there with one of the most biggest punchers of the last 20 years and throws down. Yeah? That's what I call showing some heart. Could he have pushed a bit further? Well, we don't know because the towel got thrown in. But you know what I mean? That's what I call heart. This was a clinical boxing match. Neither fighter really showed they wanted it. And it could have gone either way. That's the facts, people. Neither fighter's performance warranted this kind of reaction. The way Tommy acting right now, it's almost as if it was a shock to him. Do you know what I mean? Again, before the fight, oh yeah, I expect to win. I expect to knock him out. John Fury was saying, oh, if it's on points, give it to him. And now after the fight, oh, this is the World Championship. Oh, I'm sorry, you know what I mean? In fact, I can't even remember half the things he was saying. It was just wild. I mean, let's replay some of them. I must catch the... I don't want to miss any of the actual quotes. We must get the quotes.
Scared. Tonight, I made my own legacy. I am Tommy Fury.
Tonight I made my own legacy. I am Tommy Fury. Is this guy serious? Tonight, he went life and death, got put down, and had a split decision against a YouTuber. Who, by the way, wasn't all that... You know what I mean, if you get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's not like, fair play. Let's say Jake Paul came in there, and you could tell he was really going for it. And Tommy beat a YouTuber really going for it. Fair play. Jake Paul wasn't even really that bothered to win himself. I'm going to be real with you. Neither fighter showed... I mean, Timmy... Did Timmy show he's a bit better of a... Did Timmy show he can fiddle around a bit more? He did. I give credit for that. Did Timmy Fumbles show he can out-fiddle and make the fight boring? I'm not going to lie. Jake Paul wasn't no better. Jake Paul was clinching. They both was clinching. They both have no inside game. That's a fact. But still, was Timmy Fumbles the best of the bad bunch? He was. Well, then again, he got knocked down, so I get that's why I say it's a draw. But still, to come out of a draw after being put down by a dude you're supposed to blow out in 2 rounds, to then say, this is my legacy. The way he carrying on, seriously, yeah? If Tommy Fury does this, if Tommy Fury is able to get a split decision over Anthony Yard, if Tommy Fury is able to get a split decision over Richard Riakporhe, I'll come on here. I'm a nobody. I'm just saying. I'll come on here and tell you, Tommy Fury, yeah, he really is that was a legacy-defining performance. Tommy Fury just got a split decision win over Anthony Yard. Yeah, that there is certified. Tommy Fury got a split decision win over Richard Riakporhe. Do you know what I mean? I can work with that. Again, these aren't my words. Tommy Fury hasn't said, listen people, I'm the YouTube boxing champion. That's what I'm in. No, Tommy told us he's a real boxer and he's really got aspirations. So how can a man who's really got aspirations be out here crying and snivelling all over the player? I don't know, it's just a little bit cringe. Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit cringe. Fair play to the guy. Listen, YB, he doing better than you in life. I never said he wasn't. I'm just saying, the expectations and level he told us all about, now he melting down like he really did something. Number one, he didn't really do something. Number one, the fight was close and you got put down. That's just what happened. And number two, this is not a big event. And that's the problem you see with this WBC thing. Let me tell you now, people. I ain't gonna lie, before the fight, I was delusional. Before the fight, I told you, yeah, the winner of this fight is WBC top 15. These guys are barely WBC top 50. That's the truth from what I saw. Neither man is going to do anything in the top 10 in WBC. God forbid. I'm not even sure what weight division was it. Please don't tell me it was the cruiserweights. Please no. Please no. Yeah? Can you believe? The fight before this, Makabu versus Badu Jack, that was a cruiserweight fight. Did you see them two tangling? That's real boxing. Makabu versus Badu Jack, that is real boxing. 2 men in there exchanging, really fighting. Both of them men deserve credit for their hearts. These 2 clowns was in there playing, sparring match, tic-tac-toe. Yeah? Badu Jack, for anyone who's confused, a lot of people these days, they don't know what they're looking at. And I'm not making out I'm a pro, clearly. I was wrong. I'm just saying though. Badu Jack versus Makabu, that is what real boxing looks like. Not 2 men turning up. I don't really want to commit too much. I don't really want to get hit. I can hit you and run around the place. I'm only going to throw my hands if I don't think you can hit me back. That's what it was. Both men only let their hands go when they thought the other one couldn't hit them back. No man was prepared to take one to give one. No man was even prepared to hold their feet, bottom line. In fact, the only time I saw either man hold their feet was when they was clinching, which was most of the fight. Most of the fight was clinching and or just standing there looking at each other. It was a shocking performance, especially when you're supposed to be this boxing god. Don't give me the whole 23 thing either. You told us you've been boxing for the last 20 years. So which is it? You can't say, oh, I come from a bare knuckle family of 20 years. And now, it's all, you know what I mean? Oh, well, it's all new to me.
I want to dedicate this fight to my new baby girl, Bambi, at home. My missus, I love you. I can't wait to see you. This fight was for you. This belt is for you, Bambi. I love you.
This was no easy fight. It took everything in you, all your heart, grit, and soul, even to get up off the canvas.
All your heart, grit, and soul. Again, if I'm wrong, yeah. And people can say, why be you nitpicking? The reason it's important to mention these things is because otherwise it downplays what real great fighters have done. Do you understand? Real great fighters who have actually given their heart. Everyone can't be tarred with the same brush. Timmy Fury and Jake Paul, both of them showed no heart tonight. I'm sorry, from what I saw. There's fighters out there who have shown real heart. This wasn't one of them. Neither man. Yeah, neither man should be told, wow, you showed great heart. This was a real war. No, it was a YouTube boxing fight, and a bad one at that, from what I saw. Neither man was showing any heart, people. And if I'm wrong, show me where you saw it. Where did you see the heart? I saw a lot of clinching. I saw a lot of posturing. I didn't see a lot of, I'm taking one, you're getting one. I just didn't see that. And it's not about rock'em sock'em. I'm not asking for people, yeah, to stand there with their head in the air and just exchange. But to sit there and say this was a world championship heart-filled performance is a lie. Timmy fumbles and nicked his way to a split decision victory. That's the bottom line, and got put down on his way to doing it. And Jake Paul was so telegraphed, and it's not something new. Jake Paul's recently, ever since the Gibb fight, has always been telegraphed, but still. Even though Jake Paul's jab, he leaps in with it, and it still popped Tommy Fury and took him off his feet. Nearly sent him to Mars. Do you understand?
How much was inside you when you stood up off the canvas and finished this fight?
All the way through these 2.5 years, I had a dream, I had a vision that I would win this fight, and no one believed me. Now I can stand up and everybody can take note. It was my first main event, 23 years old, I had the world on me, I had pressure on my shoulders, and I came through.
I know your goal is to be a world champion, but this belt around your shoulders right now must be awfully sweet.
This to me is a world title fight. I trained so hard for this. This was my destiny. This was my fate. I want to thank Saudi Arabia for having me. I love you all. Thank you all for tuning.
That's the way these guys are carrying on. These guys are carrying on like it was actually one of them ones. You know what I mean? You'd think this guy just beat Beterbiev. The way they carry on, you'd think this guy had literally just beat Beterbiev and or Lance Okoli. Do you know what I'm saying? That's how they carrying on. This should have been standard. The standard should have been, we go in there, at the bare minimum, we beat Jake Paul on points. I don't know what they were, genuinely. And even if Jake Paul had won this fight, yeah, I ain't impressed. That's why I said, listen, you'd know if I was impressed. I'd tell you he won the fight. This was a draw. Neither man deserves to be going home happy, from what I saw. Especially based on the expectations. Both men woofed about a KO, and I didn't see any KO energy. I didn't see either man prepared to set about the other. Again, look at Badou Jack. Badou Jack was moving up a weight, fighting a world champion as the underdog, and he was the one in there prepared to take a few and give a few. And the more I look at boxing at the top level, yeah, that's what it comes down to. Like, there's this myth. Floyd Mayweather proliferated this myth, yeah, that there's a way to win fights and never get hit. But when you actually take a step back and look at the top level of boxing, for example, Beterbiev versus Yard. Yeah? What did Beterbiev versus Yard show? Beterbiev versus Yard showed you will take a few shots. You know what I'm saying? You are going to take some to give some. There is no free lunch. But this new age, it's a bit like, to some extent, I mean, Devin Haney does it well, but even Devin Haney, yeah, the reason Devin Haney don't get no finishes is because he's not prepared at any level to take any shots. Same as Floyd. That's why their fights go points. That's why their fights are boring. They're only prepared to throw if they think they're not going to get hit back. Which is cool, but there's nothing great, there's nothing heart-filled, there's nothing you're world class, but there's nothing, do you know what I mean? There's nothing really oomphy about that. And these guys in there, really, both of them was looking like Devin Haney in that respect. Not in terms of the skill level, but it was all that, oops, I got you didn't get me. You know what I mean? Compare it to Beterbiev's a unified world champion. Look at how he gets down. Yeah? Yes, Beterbiev know he's going to get hit. He takes some, but he makes sure the ones you take are worse off. And I guess you can say, well, there's different ways of fighting. All I'm saying is, that's what a great career and great performances and great heart looks like to me. This wasn't it. Going in there and nipping around the place, playing flip flap run around. Nah, that's not it for me. There's nothing wow about that. But then again, the Furies have been, or a lot of UK Fury fans, they've been sucking it off for a long time. Ever since the Klitschko win. Oh my, he boxed Klitschko's ears off. Me personally, I never understood that. Oh, he boxed his ears off. You mean you ran around the ring and you've run around the place for 12 rounds? Again, fair play to the guy. You know what I'm saying? But let's not get this confused. To sit there and say, oh, that was Tyson Fury had a heart-filled performance versus Klitschko. It's just lying. And neither man. I don't want to hear nothing about world class, nothing about top 10, it's definitely nothing about cruiserweight. Both of these clowns, Jake Paul and Tommy Fury, don't want nothing to do with cruiserweight. They need to find a way to get down to 175. Because at cruiserweight, they are a whole snack. Again, the scary thing about cruiserweight is, look at the quality of Badu Jack, who just won a belt. He ain't even the top one. Imagine putting Badu Jack here in there with Riakporhe or Okoli. Do you know what I mean? And I'm telling you now, Badu Jack would wipe. It wouldn't even be. I'm not even sure they could sanction the fight. Tommy Fury versus Badu Jack couldn't get sanctioned. He would be mopped. And if I'm wrong, fair play to you. If I'm wrong, fair play. But both men got lucky tonight because both men didn't want to get stuck in. Do you understand? That's the bottom line. If either man tonight had have come to really put it on, either man would have been in trouble. And I was supporting Jake Paul, but I'm going to be honest. If Tommy Fury had have come with the intent that Badu Jack came with, for example, or Maccabi, both men came to fight. Both men were prepared to get hit and hit you back. Yeah, and that's something that was missing from Tommy Fury and Jake Paul. And like I said, if either man tonight, if Jake Paul had pulled up and said, listen, you're getting it, I will take a jab, and you're going to get some, you know what I mean? I will take a jab to get one of mine off. Rather than the whole, pulling away and dipping down and just doing all the cornball stuff. Tommy Fury would have been in trouble. Equally, if Tommy Fury had have said, listen, Jake Paul, you might hit me, but you're getting it. You know what I mean? Rather than, oops, jab, oops. Jake Paul, I think either man, quite frankly, if not had have been stopped, I think Tommy Fury could have stopped Jake Paul tonight, and I think Jake Paul could have stopped Tommy Fury tonight. But unfortunately, that's why it went boring, that's why it went points, because neither man really wanted it. And really, in summary, both men are classic, and people can say, YB, we told you, but it's true. These are new, and I'm not saying, YB, you think you're a hardcore. I'm not saying I could do it myself. I'm just calling a spade a spade. These guys are classic new age fighters. Classic textbook new age fighters. Want something for nothing, essentially. Yeah? I want to make millions of dollars, and I don't really want to get stuck in doing it. You know what I mean? I want to take as little risk as possible. Be as boring as possible, just enough to win. And that's why it went split decision, people. Yeah? And I believe if either man had have flicked that switch, that would have been the difference. Call me a liar. In what round did you see either man really committing? Well, I didn't see it. I saw a little, you know what I mean? There's a few spurts here and there, but neither man really was prepared to walk through the fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, well, when Tyson Fury got put down by Cunningham, he gets put down and he walks through the fire. That there is what I call greatness and world class. That's a world class property to have. or when Fury versus Wilder won, Fury gets put down. You know what I mean? He comes out and he's bang on it. There's none of that. I'm sorry, there wasn't none of that today from these two clowns. Both of these two dudes, in my opinion, have no business in real boxing. They don't. These two are both YouTube misfits, clown boxing. That's what this. Not clown. They're still real boxing. They'll still beat 99% of people. But still, I'm talking about. Let's not mix this up. Oh, world class. I've told. See, Timmy's making that. Oh, I told you I was world class. What? You think that these guys are gassed? You got a split decision over a dude who didn't even really want to win. Let's be real now. Jake Paul, after the fight, he ain't bothered about losing. You can just tell. He ain't bothered. Yeah, well, I'm still rich. I'm still successful. Okay, so you weren't really bothered that you lost then. That's what he's basically saying, and that's true. We knew that anyway, or we should have known it anyway. We should have known a man who's already got 100 million in the bank. But I like to hope and believe that money doesn't have to be about everything. Obviously, I'm wrong, but I'd love to. Or I idealise people. I think surely they're not just lying to us. Do you know what I mean? Surely he really does love this. When Jake Paul was telling us, oh, I love it when it gets tough. Oh, that's my favourite. Well, it turns out it wasn't your favourite, was it? Because this was, I don't think I lied to you, this wasn't really a tough fight. And you was in there not doing nothing, essentially. This was the perfect opportunity for Jake Paul to show how much he how much he really want, you know what I mean, how much he really about it. I didn't see none of that one. I saw a dude essentially trying not to get hit. Same as Tommy. Both men were in there focused on self-preservation. And you can just tell it by their faces. Their faces, really, nothing on them. Look. Jake Paul's face not marked. I think Jake Paul's got a few marks from the jabs that Tommy landed. And that's really, I hate to say it, but that is the story of the fight, people. Tommy Fury landed a few jabs. And Jake Paul really landed a few jabs. That's about it. Yeah? The jab that put Tommy Fury down. And Tommy Fury landed a few jabs. And I think 1 or 2 right hands. That's the story of the fight. Wow. You know what I mean? Is that really worth $30 million? Can you believe that? Jake Paul got paid $25 million for that. And it's not even, YB, he lost. And it's not about the winning or losing for me. We saw Anthony Yarde lose the other weekend against Beterbiev. I can, you know what I mean? You can still be great when you're losing. I think Anthony Yarde was great when he was losing. These two clowns were both YouTubers. And they both deserve, this is a draw, facts anyway. Tommy Fury crying out, like, it's just wild. People are so, innit? It's all mixed up today, innit? Oh, I've just won the undisputed championship of the world. I'm so happy. I've proven everyone. I've made my own path. This guy's serious. You just went life and death with a YouTuber who didn't even want to be there himself, really. You know what I'm saying? Be serious. Like, what happened to being realistic here? You know what? Realistically, I beat a YouTuber who's been doing this 3 years. In fact, I barely beat him. And in fact, he put me down. Let me just, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, this is the new generation, people. The new generation, completely delusional. And you can't even really blame them. Look at the WBC. Oh, we're going to put them in our top 10 ranking. What did we see tonight from either man that has anything to do with a top 10 cruiserweight ranking? Maybe recently my bets have been off, so maybe I don't have a clue about boxing. But if you man tell me, what did you see anything? Did you see anything about a top 10 cruiserweight boxer tonight? I saw a top 10. I genuinely think Lara would have given them two trouble tonight. 120 pound Lara. Yeah? Lara from the other weekend would give these two trouble, I believe. Both men. I think I'd probably back Lara to beat him, I'm going to be honest. Because neither man can fight under pressure. Neither man could. Neither man was prepared to fight under pressure. Lara, even though he's only 120 pounds, would get in there and set about these guys, and these guys would be running for their life, scared to take a hit. That's the God's honest truth. Neither man. I didn't see these guys hold their feet and exchange once. Not once in the whole fight. Can you believe that? 8 rounds. 185 pound men, and we didn't see them exchange once. We didn't see them stand toe to toe once. Do you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here, people? What are we doing? Maybe, YB, it's not about exchange. I don't know. This is played out, but this is where boxing's been going. It's been going this way. It's been going this way of this fluff, and that's what we got. So I can't be that surprised. Anyway, I'll stop waffling now. Let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, and lick off the bell, 100%.